Muckluck here, and I don't like game reviews that take 20 minutes to give 5 minutes of information. This is the Slormancer, a single-player action role-playing video game. It is available on PC and does not have an ESRB rating at the time of this recording. The goal of this review is to determine whether or not this game is worth its time and price tag for you. The game's setting, explaining the basis for what the game is about with information given in the tutorial. If you don't want this, skip to the next timestamp. Brian McRipped is the hero of the story, but he's super busy, so he asked you to go take care of the undead coming out of the graveyard, and also run a few of his errands first, including picking up his protein shake. After doing as he asked, he promptly dies as someone has poisoned it. While still processing this, most of the village is magically kidnapped. You take your weapon, and with advice from the now ghostly Brian McRipped, begin fighting against the monsters to take back the town and rescue the villagers, one by one. The general gameplay. You play the role of the knight, huntress, or mage, and you can swap between them anytime you are in town. Each of the three of them has three various specializations, changing how they play. You head out to various maps and accomplish tasks such as clearing out enemies, closing breaches, which are like portals that enemies spawn from, or rescuing villagers. While doing this, you will gather Slorm, which is a kind of currency you can spend to level up skills and other aspects of your character. In addition to that, you will gain experience with your main level, you'll gain experience with whatever skills you have equipped, you'll gain experience with your weapon of choice, and you gain experience with any gear you have equipped, allowing you to reinforce that gear and improve its stats anytime the bar fills up. While each class's weapons always follow a theme, for example, the Huntress always uses a bow, there are many different bows to choose from that completely change your playstyle. Later in the story, you also unlock Ancestral Knowledge, yet another way of customizing your character and playstyle. How much time can you expect for your purchase? I spent about 14 hours on the Slormancer before sitting down to make this review. Like many ARPGs, it has an infinitely replayable endgame and no firm end, so I can see that this game can easily give you dozens, or if you really love the gameplay loop, hundreds of hours of game time. Comparisons to other games. This is absolutely an ARPG through and through, like the Diablo series or Path of Exile. While the graphics are more pixel art and not as grim as those other games, it plays remarkably similar to games like that in terms of controls, objectives, replayability, and a large diversity of character builds. The details. The graphics for the Slormancer are pixel art. All the weapons have their own unique graphics, but the body of your character does not change as new equipment is added. Sound and music. The game has many background songs that set the tone for the various areas. I found the music nice and never had the urge to change it. All abilities do have audible cues that can be relied upon in combat. I should note here there is no voice acting. Any part where your character or NPCs talk is text. Controls. The Slormancer can be played with a controller or with mouse and keyboard. On mouse and keyboard, you can use WASD to move the character while using your mouse to aim, which I really appreciated. If there is any controls you dislike, it allows you to rebind them. Saving system. The game only has automatic saving, and it saves your progress at every zone line, such as entering town, leaving town, or descending to a new floor in a dungeon, as far as I could tell. Content creator concerns. None. I streamed my entire playthrough on Twitch and YouTube and uploaded the entire thing to our Muckluck Plays YouTube channel, and I did not experience any muted VODs or have any issues with copyright claims. Do I have anything negative to say? This is where I would usually point out bugs I experienced or issues I had while playing. The only major one was information in a few places. For example, in the late part of the story, there's a part where it tells you to go gain 50 levels of influence, but at the time that you need it, it doesn't tell you clearly how to do that. I had to Google this one to know what to do. Note that this was not often an issue, but it happened a couple of times. Final thoughts. Slormancer has a rather silly slapstick story, charming graphics, nice sound, and deep ARPG build customization. I was also especially impressed by how well the game ran. To give one extreme example, at one point I was trying a build that built little sentry turrets, and if I stayed near them, I could refresh their duration so that they didn't expire. I was doing a map where you sit in one spot and kill whatever comes at you for as long as possible. Sometimes Sometime later, I had over 800 turrets on the field gunning down enemies, and while I could barely see, the game was still running fine, which really stood out to me. For how well the game runs, its massive selection of buildcraft, and its near-endless endgame systems for those who enjoy the gameplay loop, I felt that the Slormancer was easily worth its affordable price tag. This video was not sponsored, so if you enjoyed it, please consider hitting that like button to help us out with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for more content. If you'd like to see more of my own playthrough of the Slormancer, I'll include a link to that playlist from our other channel down below. Subscribe there too. As always, a massive thank you to our dear patrons who make content like this possible. If you'd like to become a supporter and earn early access, there's a link to that in the description. Happy Slorming!